All right, so sometimes you have to be really careful about where you put your kids in daycare and who's watching your kids, and you really have to drill them down, like interview them when you're about to leave your kid there, because this story is extremely sad about what happened to this toddler and this fentanyl case in a NYC daycare. Guys, fentanyl is one of the worst drugs to ever hit the market. It is one of the worst drugs. You don't have to use it. You don't have to ingest it. You can literally be near it. You can be in the room with it, and that shit will get into your pores, get into your bloodstream, and off you. Unalive. It's really sad. It really is. I feel really bad for the family that lost their toddler to a nonsense of a owner, because why do you use a child care center as a drug front? What in the is going on? Guys, make sure you leave a like on this video and subscribe, all that good stuff before we jump right in. I want to know your thoughts, but let's go ahead and break down this news story on what happened to this toddler.
Also developing tonight, a former daycare owner in the Bronx sentenced to 45 years in prison after pleading guilty to several drug charges.
That's right. The charges stem from the death of a 1-year-old who was exposed to fentanyl at the daycare. Fox 5's Arthur Chian is live outside federal court in Lower Manhattan, where her sentence was handed down. Arthur.
Steve, Natasha, the woman's name is Gray Mendez. She was the woman who basically was the head of that Bronx daycare where all of this unfolded. She was just sentenced to 45 years in prison, as you said. Now, this is a case that horrified New Yorkers who learned of it as it unfolded. And in fact, it horrified anybody who heard about what happened at that daycare in the Bronx. Now, immediately following the sentencing, the parents of the 1-year-old boy who was killed spoke. Their heartbreak appeared to be as raw as when this all came to light 2 years ago. Their son, just 22 years old, Nicholas Dominici, died after he and 3 others were exposed to fentanyl. This according to court papers, which said the daycare that was entrusted with protecting them, the Vino Nino, actually was functioning as a secret stash house where fentanyl and heroin was prepared for distribution on a regular basis. Investigators even found a kilo-sized brick of fentanyl inside a closet of the daycare facility, in addition to other equipment used for drug smuggling. Now, Gray Mendez was accused of calling her husband multiple times, allegedly to clear the drugs, while waiting before calling 911, even as the 4 very young children were severely overdosing.
What in the hell is wrong with that lady? She called her husband to come clear the drugs out before she called 911 to save these children's lives. Why do you have a kilo of fentanyl in a closet? What is wrong with people? Guys, what is wrong with people? 45 years is not enough. She needs life without. You know what that means? Life without the possibility of parole. You will never get out. You will die in there. Someone lost their life on your hands. Your life will now be lost to the system. That's how I look at it. You take one, you lose one. That's how it works. That's how it should work. That's how it always should work. But holy shit, you're running a full-blown operation inside of there. Like, was there women in underwear and face masks on, bagging everything up as well? What the fuck, man?
By the time help arrived, it was too late for Nicholas. Right after this sentencing, Nicholas's parents spoke in an emotional press conference, drawing a painful distinction between receiving justice in a court of law and receiving justice in life. To make sure we get it right, our own Stephanie Bertini translates for us.
Oh man, I can't imagine.
Nicholas is not going to come back ever. In one way there was justice, and now I want divine justice. I'm waiting for her to pay. I wish Nicholas was coming back, but he's not.
Separately, Mendez's husband has already been sentenced also to 45 years in federal prison in connection with this case. One would hope that this allows Nicholas's family to start a new chapter, but hearing the pain in their voices today, it's hard to imagine that starting anytime soon.
Guys, what is up with this 45 years? What judge handed that down? With 45 years without the possibility of parole, so you have to do all 45 years? Because a lot of the times when people get prison sentences like this, 45 years, she'll probably do 20, 25, and then she's out free for the remainder. Like, what the fuck, man? So you can literally have drugs that expose to children that actually one child loses their life and you give them 45 years? What kind of punishment is that? I feel extremely bad for the parents of that child. I would never get closure at all if someone got 45 years for doing something so heinous and evil. And on top of that, she tried to cover it up, and that actually hit the documentation that she called her husband to drag all the drugs out before she helped the kids. Fuck is wrong with people nowadays, man? I'm sorry, man. This one got me This one got me a little upset. I don't mean to curse so much, but this one really got me upset, you guys. Let me know your thoughts below. What do you think? Do you think the 45 years was okay? Was that good enough? Or does she need to die in prison? Because I feel like the latter one is better. But you guys, make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I want to know your thoughts below. Until next time, folks, I'll see you in the next one.